How did I realize my child was on the spectrum and how did I feel? So I'm going to start with my oldest. Um, I noticed that he had some behaviors that seemed a little extreme. And I do know that all children act out when they're young, or have like tantrums. That's the word. But I didn't, but at some point when he was like late three going on four, I'm like, this doesn't seem like normal. Like it seems like it's too much. It's happening all the time. Um, and I remember I had called his dad on a Friday, and I'm just like, there's something different. And that conversation really didn't go too well. But then I believe that Monday, the school called me and said, hey, there's something, we have to talk, and then I went into the school for the meeting and they were explaining like all of these behaviors he was having. And still at that point, it didn't scream autism. And, I just kept going to meeting after meeting after meeting. And there were like a lot of behaviors, like looking back on it, that if I would have known or had a clue about it, I would have knew that it was autism or had a feeling, but I didn't. So I remember one day he hit his head on the bathtub and he had a gash, and it was something he was doing on a regular basis. He had a gash on his eyebrow, and I took him to the doctor. And I'm just like, oh my God, I thought I was going to get in trouble by the doctor. I thought they was going to call a social worker and be like, oh, she's abusive. So then I went to a clinic, or a hospital, and I'm like, we gotta see what's going on. And then that's when, like, I think she was a therapist. She was like, oh, he may have Asperger's. And I'm just like, what in the world is that? So that's when autism was introduced. And then we scheduled an appointment that was 6 months out to see a neurodevelopmental doctor. And from there, we got his diagnosis. And yeah.